All right, it looks as if I am live. I am Dana, the Angry Citizen, coming to you live on Saturday evening. It is the 19th of April, 2025. And tonight I'm coming to you with a very important, in fact, critical message regarding an American who has been falsely imprisoned by unauthorized people merely for deciding he did not want his 9-month-old baby to be injected with a concoction that was represented to him and presented to him by his so-called pediatrician during his so-called well baby visit. And this man said, no, I don't want that. And he, in fact, many times told this so-called pediatrician that he did not want this. And I'm not here to discuss his reasons for this because he is the father, and the father dictates what is best for the child. And as a father, I stand by that 1,000%. So I don't need to tell you my reasons for refuting your poisonous injection, but this man did. His name is I believe it's Isael. He is called Isael Rivera. He lives in Massachusetts. He and his wife are the parents of 4 amazing children, and maybe 5. I lose count because I lose count of my own, but have proven themselves to be more than competent as parents, at least as competent as anyone else. And he took his baby to this so-called well baby visit, which I reject categorically offhand, and this so-called pediatrician wanted to inject his child with a concoction, claiming that it would somehow protect the child. And this man and his wife both stood together and said, no, I don't want that. So several problems emerge right up front, folks. America, God is my witness, have these so-called vaccines actually been proven to be safe and effective? If they have, the evidence should be abundant, right? There's a lot of controversy about this. I submit that they're not safe and not effective. I believe I'm right, and I believe the evidence proves me right. The evidence proves me right. Follow the evidence. But regardless of all of that, this man chose to say no. It's his sacred responsibility to safeguard his children. And he and his wife together collectively decided this was not something they wanted to pursue for their child. And they said no. And what happened? What happened? The pediatrician threatened them. The pediatrician said, I have to report you. Oh, you have to report us? Oh my God, what terrible thing have we done? We said we don't want you to inject our child with toxins. That somehow gives you the right to contact the so-called Child Protective Services to rescue the children from us. Think about that, America. It is a vile lie. It is punitive. It punishes these people for rejecting the injections that this so-called pediatrician is constantly pushing upon you. We're going to inject your kid. It's for your own good. Submit. I call bullshit very loudly. So As a result of refusing these injections, this man and his family were subjected to a systemic campaign of threats, intimidation, coercion, terrorizing by so-called law enforcement and agents of our government. And I submit to you right now, and I know I'm right, 100% right, they were all acting under color of law. This man committed no crime. He had no cause to fear lawful actions against him because he committed no crime. All of those who perpetrated crimes against him were doing so under color of law. That's it. They're all guilty of deprivation of rights under color of law. That's the truth, the naked truth. So now this man is in jail, because he and his wife declined these toxic injections, and then after being harassed, threatened, literally sieged by the so-called law enforcement authorities and agents of the government, he and his wife collectively chose to flee, and well, they should have, because they were under siege. This has me very angry, America. I'm not sure how most effectively to convey to all of you my level of anger and my desire to see this thing resolved, lawfully resolved, okay? I am a father, I am a grandfather. I have every right to do whatever the hell I want with my own children unless I'm harming them. And you have to prove that. You don't get to come at me and claim I'm harming them and then take them away. Hell no, all day. And vaccines are poison. Yeah, I said it. There it is. That's the truth. And the truth is the sword of God. And at the end of the day, I don't need to tell you why I don't want you to inject my child with any particular thing. I don't owe you that explanation. You haven't proved it, that you deserve it. We all need to get on the same page on this issue. So this man is sitting in jail, charged with familial kidnapping. Apparently, he kidnapped his own children. Do you hear me, America? He kidnapped his own children. For the love of God Almighty. Can we not all agree how horrible and hideous this is? He and his wife chose to take their children wherever they wanted to. His rights are mine, and mine are his. I'm so angry about this, and so angry about the fact that it could happen so flagrantly in front of us all. It's ludicrous. It's insane. So I'm not alone in this. There's a lot of people that are pissed as hell. And I am working with these people, and there is an event coming up in Boston on the 24th, Thursday, noon, which my friend Joan is orchestrating, and God bless her for this, and all of those people that are assembling there. And I would love to be there. I can't, but I'm with you in spirit. And they're going to demand accountability, because this man has done nothing wrong. He did nothing wrong. He has not violated any law. And he has been harassed, threatened, intimidated, coerced, and every affront against him is an affront against me. His rights are mine, mine are his. So when you come after him, you come after me. When you come after his children, you come after my children. And I'm pissed as hell. America, I'm so angry. I'm as angry as a wet fucking hornet. We all should be. His children were stolen from him because he simply said, I don't want this poisonous injection inflicted on my child. And that so-called pediatrician And my anger starts with you, whoever you are, pediatrician, Dr. Frederick Smythe of, Volcano, Massachusetts, or whoever the hell you are, okay? You are a vile piece of shit. What you did was punitive and nasty and belligerent and hateful and spiteful and malicious. You did it for no valid reason. You did it just to spread hate and malcontent on a man who dared to say to you, show me the justification for this thing you inflict on me. Show me. And did you discuss the side effects with him, Dr. So-and-so? Dr. Schmedrick, whoever the fuck you are? Did you say to him, this injection might have side effects? They're not side effects, by the way. They're actually effects. There's no side effects. They're effects. The effects of this thing might be, did you say death? Did you tell him it might kill his child? Did you say that to him? You piece of shit. Yeah, I've got your number. I'm angry as hell, righteously, lawfully angry. You wanted to inject this child with this concoction, which has never been proven to be safe or effective, and you are angry as hell at him because he rejected you and said, no, I don't want this. That's where this starts. Okay. Well, I stand right with him. Okay. I stand 100% with him. You have no right to come at me. You have no right to come at my child. You have no right to tell me that I'm supposed to inject this thing into my child, and that if I don't, I'm endangering my child, and you have the right to inflict me with the agents of the so-called government. All of it is bullshit. It's unconstitutional, and I'm not having it. So that's where I stand. My friends in Massachusetts are going to have an event on the 24th at noon, and I'm going to cover it, and I'm going to post my coverage here, and all of us need to get on the same page, and all of us need to support these people and support this man, Isael Rivera, and his wife and their family. And I'm going to show you, this is the Rumble page where my friend Joan put up an interview that she did with someone. I'm sorry, I don't know the person particularly here, but and this is a valuable insight into what is going on with this man. This is an interview that my friend Joan did with I think it's Isael. I keep wanting to pronounce his name correctly. Izzy is how he's referenced. And it's worth a read. It's worth a listen. So I'm going to go here and just hear me out on this. Listen to this.
Measures will be made for all of these issues playing out with the jabs. Won't continue to hurt families like Isael Rivera, a man who was jailed in Massachusetts for refusing to let his children be vaccinated, has been given an exclusive interview from jail. Check this out.
They're recording us. I can record too, so it's fine.
Okay.
If you could just repeat what happened with the doctor, please, because this is critical.
Okay, so basically, the doctor just said he was going to report us for neglect because we didn't take the K-12 vaccine, which I said no. I looked into it. Not only is it against my religious beliefs, but I don't vaccinate my children. We're holistic, and they're all healthy and strong. And that vaccine specifically gives kids autism. I don't want to take it. And also, we're switching hospitals because every single time that we call in here, it's always requested that we take it. We've already said it multiple times that we will not take this vaccine and that we don't vaccinate our children, so please give us the paper to sign. And they said, oh, it's okay. But then anytime we went there, they would pressure us. Basically, when we were in that room, pressure us. And that's why the last appointment, my wife didn't even want to go there. She said, can you go there? Because I don't even want to handle it because they're going to just pressure this vaccine on us again. So I went to them. And then the last time I went to them, they said, listen, I don't need to show you proof of where they've been and where because we're switching them, and I don't have to show you proof. My child's healthy. I brought him here myself to be seen. And then he said, well, and then as soon as I said we're changing doctors and we're not taking the vaccine, then his whole, just the way his demeanor, the way he was talking, he said, well, where has he been seen? Because we don't have a record. I said, well, I'm changing them. I'll give that information to the new doctor because I'm not going to keep going through this abuse of you trying to force me to take this vaccine from my son, which I told you many times that it's not going to happen. And he said, okay, well, I'm going to have to file a report as a mandated report unless you give me history of your son, or unless you took this vaccine. And I said, absolutely not. And I stood my ground, and I told him, call the police right now, call whoever you need to call right now, or check my son out. I'm leaving. And then he got the superior in there. I forget what her name was. She came in there, and she tried to calm the situation down between me and the doctor. And I just explained the side of things, and I said, no, I will not vaccinate my child. And then they said, okay, well, we'll check him, we'll give you the bill of health. And they did that, they checked him, they gave the bill of health, and then they let us go.
And the irony of this story is that you said that the doctor checked out that the baby was otherwise fine. So that's what's really key here.
And then basically, I don't know, a couple of days or weeks from then, the harassment started with DCF.
At that point, you said to DCF, no, thank you. We don't need your services. Leave us alone.
I told them specifically, I don't consent, nor do I want a contract with your agency. Please leave me alone. I mean, I must have said that. I don't know how many times. Repeatedly saying, don't want a contract. I don't consent.
So they said they needed to lay eyes on the children. That's an old trick of theirs.
Yeah, they used one child to all of them.
We need a home visit. Is that the word they used? Home visit?
Yes.
Okay, and you said, and you said what?
I said my children are 100% healthy. I don't consent and I don't contract with you, and I don't want to in the future. Please leave me alone.
Okay, and so then they started surrounding the house and harassing you, and you all felt frightened because, police coming. You said they texted you, and you said, leave it in the mailbox, I know what it's about. What did you think it was about?
Well, I thought it was a home visit because they kept doing that for weeks. I thought it was just them just continuing what they were doing.
Well, and so they surrounded him, and this guy who's protecting his family from the jabs was taken in. All because he took his child in to get looked at the hospital. The doctor freaked out when he found out they didn't have the jabs.
Won't continue to hurt families like Israel.
Breaks your heart. I hope this all starts ending someday soon.
Yeah.
Due to the withdrawal of the U.S. support and the inability to secure new funding, the WHO, World Health Organization, is reportedly truly on the brink of collapse. Thank God. The U.S. support is gone. Their new funding has failed. The global health giant is crumbling. President Trump pulled the plug, and now the WHO wants the
So there you have it. An assault committed against a family for nothing more than refusing to have their child injected with a poisonous concoction. I'm very angry about this, and I'm hoping that we can get enough attention to it to gain a win. What we need is a win. We need people to be held accountable. And the people that did this to this man, not only do I want him to be vindicated and held off of charges, all charges removed immediately against him. I want everyone that did this to be held accountable. I want them to be charged with criminal charges for deprivation of rights under color of law. And I'm going to see this happen. My friend Joan has been really, really upfront, adamant, and on top of this. So I applaud you, Joan. And I will support you in every way. This event in Boston is going to be critical, America, and every one of you need to really carefully listen to this. I'm going to live stream whatever I can get on Thursday. So it starts Thursday, the 24th at noon. I need, above all of you to remember this. This is critical, that we are lawful and constitutional. We are lawful and constitutional. We do not condone violence. We do not condone lawlessness. We unite with law enforcement. We are allied with law enforcement so long as they are constitutional peace officers. We are allied with them. And we have a right to peaceably assemble and petition our government for a redress of our grievances. That is what my friend Joan and all the folks in Massachusetts are doing. I wrote a very potentially harshly worded letter to the governor of Massachusetts. I stand by it. I stand by every freaking word I wrote. This man is being railroaded, hijacked. I am livid, white, hot, supernova, angry about it. It cannot stand, and it must be addressed. And I'm asking all of you out there, even those I've offended a lot of people. And, you know, I'd like to say I'm sorry, but I'm not. You probably had it coming. It doesn't matter. At the same time, we're all allied on the same cause. We want to help this man. We want to see him freed, and we want to see all those who persecuted him held accountable for that and charged with the crimes that they richly deserve to be charged with. And I'm here on the front lines doing it. You can join me and help me, or find a reason not to. Either way, you know, I'm not going to stop. So I'm going to live stream as much as I can about the event on Thursday. Coming from Boston, I think it's going to be historic. And I think if we, the people, unite on this, I do strongly believe that we can see some progress, and we need some wins, America. We need some wins. We need to see these people held accountable, crimes committed, punishment sustained. That's what I'm going for. So stay in touch. I am, as always, the Angry Citizen, coming to you live. Thank you all for your support. I couldn't do it without you. God bless you all.